All right, today we're going to talk about CAS value proposition. This week, I had an opportunity to sit in on a CPA.com webinar focused on all things CAS, everything you need to get done before jumping into a pricing strategy, why you shouldn't start with a pricing strategy alone. So we dove into topics like how do you set up your services, how do you think about the technology you use, how do you message the services, and what's your value proposition? One of the CPE questions, one of the polls, had the primary question something to the effect of, what do you believe your primary value proposition is? There were about 8 options on this poll, and one of the options was quality service. That happened to get about 41% of the 200 or so folks answer on the webinar. Quality service was the number one response to value proposition. That, to me, is not a value proposition. There's an understanding, an innate assumption that if you're still an operating business, you have a credential like a CPA or an EA or something to that effect, that there will be quality that comes with that. If you're going to go get a service for your home or your car, you're often going to look at reviews, you're going to look at the website messaging in order to assess this quality service. If they come out right out the gates and say, hey, we value quality service, that in and of itself is not going to compel you to hire them as a service provider for you and your problems. So let's talk a little bit about how do we frame a value proposition, what a better value proposition might be, and a couple ways to promote that. So your value proposition effectively is what you offer your clients and why they should choose you. Quality service could be a reason why they choose you, but that's not necessarily what you offer. And you need to articulate that in a way that connects directly to them. In contrast, your mission statement, it details your objective as an organization, your high-level goals. And so they are very different things. However, they could be woven together. For example, at Full Send, our mission statement is to elevate financial data. So when we talk about our value proposition, we talk about how we integrate data, how we leverage technology and build systems and build a financial function that enables scalability for a client. We go into detail as to how we do that, what systems we use, what processes we'd be looking at, and what the benefit is to the client if they do decide to move this direction, and what happens if they don't. And so our value proposition certainly goes hand in hand with our mission statement in terms of how we work with data for our clients. I believe that innately accountants do have a very strong value proposition, but just message it in a really poor way. When you think about marketing and messaging to an audience, you want specificity. You want something that connects with them, that innately solves their problem, so that when they're looking at that, they identify it as a potential resource for them to help alleviate the burden and or pain that they're doing. So by just simply saying that you provide a quality service doesn't innately make someone feel comfortable and confident that their problem will be solved. So if you can identify that customer's problem, you can identify the benefits, then you start to make a little bit more progress on what your value proposition is. Once you get past that problem identification, you can walk into describing what makes the benefits valuable. You can help differentiate yourself as an expert in specific industries, and then start to create some distance between you and that typical narrative that they're hearing from many other firms in that we just provide a quality service. So think about how to frame that for your firm based on what you excel at, what gets you excited, and maybe get some feedback from your clients on what they deem to be valuable. That may be the best exercise you could possibly do when architecting a new value proposition. So good luck, think about that, and till next time.